10 years back when I started, I had a regular job, like most of you would be sitting here. And one chance encounter to save a little girl from a point of going to a brothel changed my life. I don't know, a lot of people say that, a lot of change has been brought in the life of the adolescent girls that we work with back in India. But my life changed forever. The program that I'm representing today, my organization that I'm representing today, is Protsahan from India. Protsahan is a Hindi word that literally translates to the meaning encouragement. Now, when you're working with a kid who has seen a lot of trauma, sexual trauma, trauma from points of mental abuse or different sorts of abuse, will A, B, C, D and technology and conductor chips and I don't know, all of that, will that make sense in the first place? I don't know. That questioning led me to think, probably, if that's the right word, to begin working on a trauma-informed compassionate care model, compassionate care classroom model, where we use the basic principle of HEART. Now, when we say the HEART program, that's basically an acronym for holistic healing, E for education, A for art-based life skills, R for recovery from the trauma, and T for then technology, to develop the 21st century life skills. Now, when we started working with the HEART principle, we also realized that what scale means for us as an organization. Now, scale is not always about numbers. Don't let the world make you believe that. Scale is more oftentimes also, scale is not always about the scale on the number line. Scale is also soul deep. And it's okay if you work with 2,000 kids across the entire lifespan of the organization, or you work with 2 lakh kids with one intervention. So what we are doing a little differently is we work with one kid who has seen a lot of trauma in her life. Most of our work is with the adolescent girls who has seen a lot of trauma in her life, and we work with the HEART principle. So we give her the best of education, we put her back into the school, we work with the parents, the communities, because like somebody rightly said, that's the sticky part. You have to work with the communities. We make sure that we're working with the teachers where the girl goes. We make sure she gets the judo, karate, self-defense training. We make sure she gets photography and filmmaking training. We make sure she heals. I'm here today, this is my first time here in Finland, and I'd love to interact with the funders, the educators, peer trainers who believe in this model where you have to heal a child before she can claim her life as her own. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonal. And next we have Kyle King from Green School, Bali, Indonesia. Welcome.
Hello, Finland, and hello, world. Mark Twain once said, "Don't let school get in the way of your education." In other words, learning should be authentic. The impact of authentic learning is unforgettable and shaping. And let's be honest, how many multiple choice tests changed your life? The Biobus social enterprise is a student-driven, authentic endeavor gone viral. The graduating class of 2015 dreamed of leaving a magic bus to Green School to enhance learning opportunities. They set aside weekends looking for a bus and endlessly researched biodiesel chemistry. In June of 2015, the first Biobus took to the road. 4 years later, the scale of their concept has grown by 800% and expanded in all directions. The Biobus has matured into a mission that provides green transportation to the Green School community, improves health in Indonesian villages, and offers unique experiential and leadership opportunities. Biobus starts in local restaurants, where our Grease Police team of students collect 4,000 liters of waste cooking oil every month. In turn, this fuels our 8 buses that monthly provide 4,500 rides and save the atmosphere of 5 tons of carbon dioxide. In homage to the graduating class of 2015, Biobus currently offers over 100 adventure trips each month, and last year was involved with community service for the earthquake rebuild in Lombok. The legacy lives on, and the next generation of Green School students are inspired. They iterate on the innovation and they find problems within the original problem to solve. They have discovered the circular economy and make soap and candles from glycerin waste from the biodiesel production. They have discovered efficiencies by designing and building applications and other online platforms that have increased our revenues to 100,000 US dollars. By letting this learning be unencumbered and driven by students, we have unleashed an authentic experience that has established the greenest transit system in all of Indonesia. It is time to re-examine the learning experience that we are giving our students. Biobus proves that learning results are much more than test results. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle. Next is Ajmal Sataar from InspireX, Small Economy Works, Canada. So please welcome Ajmal.
Thank you. Mitin mene suomi. So our story begins in Canada's high Arctic, in Nunavut, where young Inuit youth are facing one of the highest suicide rates in the world, 10 times the Canadian average. Some say that this may be due to an erosion of culture, intergenerational trauma, and a loss of purpose. When the school board reached out to us, they asked for a way for students to feel excited about going to school while also gaining future skills like curiosity, ingenuity, entrepreneurialism, and resilience. Personally, I gained these skills as a student social entrepreneur, where I started a cigarette butt collection and recycling service that employed people with mental illness and made 50% profit margins that went back into the venture. So the vision became, how do we democratize knowledge and systems for young people to make an impact in the world through the lens that they see the world through? And we can do this through making schools a platform for innovation and social entrepreneurship. We started this process through using human-centered design thinking and co-creating with students as well as teachers to essentially create a hyper-localized course, a comprehensive digital hub with resources and training for teachers to go beyond being teachers and become entrepreneurial facilitators. An in-depth blended curriculum that included the latest technical know-how, but also it was translated and explained in the local way of understanding the topics that we were teaching. It included a digital collaboration platform, an online assessment tool. And through our work at the federal level with social finance and future skills, we're developing micro-credentials so the competencies that students are gaining can be connected to in-demand jobs in the labor market. Today, the 3-year course has been mandated across a school board, and students are creating some incredible projects, such as combating climate change through indoor hydroponics, retelling elder stories through digital media, and 3D printing cultural art. Tomorrow's problems will not be solved through the top-down solutions of yesterday. What we require today globally is horizontal scale, teaching human skills while encapsulating the essence of a place and a culture. Go to any playground in any part of the world and show me a child that doesn't already have curiosity, imagination, and ingenuity. This is who we are. What we require is a world for that curiosity and ingenuity to turn into pathways, to solve the problems and have a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajmal. Next up is Bryn Llewellyn from Tactivate UK. Welcome, Bryn.
I think I'll just go with a basic hey. Okay. So last year, I was up there in the corner, and it was kind of like daunting looking up here now, thinking, oh my goodness, a year on. Anyway, I used to be a teacher. I used to be a deputy head teacher. I used to be a school leader, and I loved it. However, I was a little bit hacked off and disenfranchised by the fact that the government in the UK and the Department for Education were fixated on data and testing. And yeah, we want high standards, but not at the expense of physical and emotional well-being. We had many schools delivering a narrow curriculum with children getting a sole diet of English and maths and more English, with children sitting down for excessive periods of time. And as a teacher, as a dad, as an older kid, I know that that's not the best way to learn. So I thought, well, let's try to create a different way of learning, and thus Tagtivate was born. Think moving and learning from early as foundation stage into key stage 1, key stage 2, so the little guys up to the big guys. Now, like Lego, we have building blocks, and the building blocks, I'm just going to come over here, the building blocks for us are these tags with letters and numbers on. And combined with TIG or tag, or I'm going to get this right, Saku, is it HEPA? HEPA, okay then. We get something very special indeed. We get something that's fun and purposeful and active, which is increasingly important with these days of increasingly sedentary lifestyles. Now, as one child said the other day, I used to think I was rubbish at maths, but now I know I'm not. The approaches work with all children, even the most disengaged. And often the teachers will say to us while we're delivering the sessions, I didn't know he could do that. It's transformational for the teachers as well as the children. They also say this is so simple. This is always a good sign in terms of getting into teachers' heads. So we provide instructions on how to play the games, but the best games are the ones that have been created by children. And on the subject of children, it's the power of student youth and student voice and student action. So last year while I was here, Geordie blew me away in terms of the possibilities. So now when we work with schools, we work in different ways. So the children become the move and learn champions. They deliver the sessions and give the teachers a nudge as well to make sure that they do it on a regular basis. So looking ahead, we're looking towards teaching English as a foreign language. We're using the tags to teach other languages as well. We've been trialing an intergenerational project involving adults with early onset dementia. And this is where we work with HundrED. To me, that's the beauty of the HundrED community. We're all change makers in our own spheres, and sometimes it gets a little bit lonely. But this summit offers us reassurances that we can all succeed. So enjoy the rest of the summit and talk and learn and share.
Oh, I know, someone's going to come and fight for it. Perfect. Next, we have Pihla Meskanen from our own Finland, from Arkki. Please welcome Pihla.
Hello, Helsinki. My name is Pihla, and as my background, I'm an architect, and I'm also an educator. I'm one of the founders of Arkki since 25 years ago. The other two founders being my mother, also architect and educator, and my architect colleague, Miina Vuorinen. So as my passion is education, I'm very happy to be here with you and listen to all of the presentations and share the dream with you to make the world a better place through education. As we have heard many times today, the world is changing at an ever-increasing speed. And why is that? Because of human creativity. And what can we do to make the world a better place? The only limit is our creativity. So Arkki program focuses on creativity and innovation skills. Our program is teaching creativity through architecture and design. And I hear your questions already. Why architecture? So we use architecture as a multidisciplinary phenomenon because architecture is intrinsically combining all the STEAM subjects and more. Architecture combines science, technology, engineering, art, mathematics, humanities, and natural sciences. So through phenomenon called architecture, we can include a lot of subjects, but we can at the same time learn the skills that we have also addressed today so many times. And conveniently in English language, they mostly begin with the letter C. Collaboration, creativity, communication, citizenship skills, critical thinking. So, our motto, how we do it, is play, create, succeed. Play meaning that it is the motor that drives us. All creative people know that even as adults, we are playful, we are curious, we want to know new things. And creative means that we encourage different type of thinking when we work with children. So not right answers, that's old school. Everybody can find new ways of solving problems. And success means, play, create, succeed. Succeed means that we all know that we learn better when we are happy, when we are getting positive feedback. And we all get these failure experiences anyway. We don't need to get them when we are at school or when we are in a learning situation. So, we at Arkki believe that our program gives children the means and mediums to be the creative creators of tomorrow and innovators and active citizens, no matter what their occupation will be. Thank you.
Thank you, Pihla. And last but not the least, we have Jelle Verwer from Foundation leerKRACHT from Netherlands. I practiced that a few times. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Last one. My name is Jelle Verwer, and I want to share the story of Foundation leerKRACHT with you, or teaching force, as one would say in English. Because we all know what is needed to really improve education and tackle raising inequality. The best teachers you can get. This is nothing new. Research into great school systems demonstrate this time after time. But how can you make this become a reality at the level of an individual school? With Teaching Force, we developed a simple method and effective for teachers to share their knowledge and to set goals for their students to make education even better. At the heart of our method are 4 simple instruments. Weekly stand-up meetings for teaching teams, joint lesson design, peer observations and feedback, and listening to the voice of the student. When implemented in a weekly frequency, these 4 instruments lead to more efficacy and ownership, more joy and better student results. So this is easy to understand, but their implementation is hard, but it can be done. We developed an approach which is both effective and fast. Independent research into more than 100 of our schools by the University of Utrecht confirms this impact beyond doubt. So we have an approach which works at the individual level of a school. But we all know that change is useless if it cannot done at scale, which we managed. In only 5 years' time, hundreds of schools in the Netherlands in primary, secondary, vocational education and teacher colleges joined leerKRACHT, reaching our 1,000th school this year. But we won't stop there. And we managed to do this, I would like to say, with a budget which is only 10,000 times smaller than that of the Ministry of Education. But we won't stop there. We will help teachers transform thousands more schools in the Netherlands, and thereby we will take the Dutch educational system from good to great. So, Teaching Force shows you that change is possible. And as we all know how important our teachers are, I want to leave you with a question. If this works in the Netherlands, if a tiny foundation can make this happen, what could that mean for your country? Thank you.